Hi, hello, and welcome to my presentation. This is a work in progress paper exploring model-based automated response systems to enhance student outcomes. My name is Josiah Koh, and together with my supervisors, Associate Professor Michael Cowling, Dr. Mina Jha, and Dr. Kwang Nui Sim, we're going to explore this a model-based automated response system. So automated response systems generally, so far the research have shown that they have not been designed with a particular framework or theoretical modeling in mind. But previously there was a proposal in the 2021 Escalate conference to propose one that was primarily based off the community of inquiry model. So the focus of that framework, similar to this one, was to enhance holistic student outcomes. So obviously this links to learning because AIED will continue to play a very large role in the way that students learn. And it's important to understand how we can design or how we create a framework to design ARSs that shape learning. And because ARS is a part of AIED, so there's a very natural link to learning, right? Okay, so the method that will be conducted will be basically that there will be a review of previously mentioned the ARS design proposals, design frameworks, we'll discuss other relevant models in the literature, and then we'll discuss the implication or compare implications, right? So the previous one, as mentioned, was based off the COI model. So the COI model really looks at three dimensions: the social presence, cognitive presence, and teaching presences. And basically it looks a lot at the whole educational experience and the interplay of each presence with each other. The main weakness of this particular approach to design an ARS is because that it focuses really more on the so-called educational experience. It does not kind of draw the link between the so-called the perceptions and the user and the behavioral intentions, right? So because of this, I agree that it is a good model, but it's better suited to just finding out the particular features. So how the link from the features to the actual outcomes is not very clear in that previous proposal. So that's why we are counter proposing with the technology acceptance model, TAM. And the reason is because this is a piece of technology. ARS is a piece of technology, and therefore we need to use a model or framework that kind of draws the link between technology and behavior. So TAM basically involves the idea of looking at the perceived usefulness, perceived ease of use. So it's really like the perceptions and attitudes, and then after that, the behavior, right? So there's actual system use. So there's this linkage drawn, and we feel that it's a good model to kind of show, and it should be incorporated in the design of an ARS framework. And just by hearing my language, you could already kind of tell that there have been certain weaknesses that the TM will not be able to address on its own if it were to be purely adopted as the framework itself. Mainly, the TM is too focused on the technology. It does not draw a pedagogical link between the say the features and say the outcome, behavioral outcomes, right? So there is too much focus on the adoption of the technology, and actually it is not that easy to implement. In fact, the authors of the TM model, their very first implementation was not successful as well. So it's very mixed results, and yeah, it doesn't sufficiently take into account other factors. So there are other models that kind of try to kind of patch up this missing areas like the UTAT and other models like that, but still they do not take into account enough factors in that sense, and the linkages drawn are not very clear. So therefore the TAM by itself will not be sufficient. So or rather the conclusion, at least based off the the primary investigation, is that the two models in and by themselves are not strong enough. So we do need to explore and investigate other models, because each model, there are certain inherent weaknesses in each model, and the continued exploration will actually strengthen the case for designing the framework that is pedagogically and theoretically sound. So maybe a future study can better express the results of this exploration. And thank you.